Alright, today is Sunday, November the 14th of 2021. We're just a few short weeks away from the 80th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. We are here at the National Historic Site. We just watched a film going over some of the reasons why Pearl Harbor happened and what the after effects were. Fantastic film. In just a little while we'll be traveling out on a boat to the U.S.S. Arizona Memorial. There were 3 ships that were sunk and not able to be recovered at that time. There was the Arizona, the Oklahoma, and the Utah. Those ships were not able to be recovered. They did say that some of the battleships and other ships that were sunk originally and were damaged did end up coming back to fight. It's amazing to stand here and think about 80 years ago. Those planes coming in, a lot of them came in from the south, and all that area of water filled out with ships. And then when they were done, many of the planes, they said, took off to the north and went back to their aircraft carriers that they were on. There's a very special feeling here, a neat place. We made it on board the memorial. We're standing among the remains of the U.S.S. Arizona. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently they still get oil that leaks up from the ship and periodically comes to the surface. This is looking down from a small observation deck they have right over the ship. I'll try to zoom in a little bit, but you can see the remains of the ship. And I just read on one of the placards a moment ago, there were over 900 service members that were lost on the Arizona. Many of them are still entombed down there. It's pretty awful to think about. Just a slightly different view of it, part of the ship. Almost 80 years it's been underwater. I came back to look a little bit more, and you can kind of smell fuel oil or mechanical stuff. There is kind of a smell here you can still pick up after all those years. Some of the other tourists have noticed, I can't really see it right now, but there was a turtle swimming around there just a little bit. This is quite a place, very reverent, nice, calm feeling here. There's the oil slick right there. You can see some of the oil coming up right there. On the far end of the memorial, you can come into this kind of back room, and they have the names of people who did lose their lives at the Arizona. Most of them were Navy, members of the Navy, but there were also Marines as well. The Marines are listed over there. Here on the left-hand side, there were more survivors that lived after the attack, and then when they passed away. I like how it says U.S.S. Arizona survivors interred with their shipmates. Very appropriate. And here on the right are the most recent survivors who have passed away, with the most recent being in 2019. As I'm standing here on the memorial, it's hard to comprehend just how awful it would have looked out there to see all the ships, the ones that were sunk, the ones that were damaged. and just the lives that were lost. Until 9/11, it was the worst attack on U.S. soil in history. Just a brutal, brutal affair. Okay, looking at the U.S.S. Missouri. That was the ship where in September 1945 the Japanese did surrender to the Americans in Tokyo Harbor. It was supposed to be originally placed in San Francisco, but a Hawaiian senator, Daniel Inouye, had it moved here to Pearl Harbor. Actually, I think that's a good idea and more appropriate.